Well, hi and welcome back. I'm so glad that my beautiful Libras that you're here. The first thing I want to say is happy birthday, that this is your birthday month, or if it was in September, happy birthday to you. I want to welcome you back to your Teroscope reading with me, of course, Lily. Now, these readings aren't designed to predict the future. It's really to give you insight into the energy that's surrounding you in your journey right now. So, with that said, remember that everything is a mirror. So the energy that I'm going to give you is a reflection back at you. Some of you may agree with that, some of you may not agree with that, and that's okay. But that's how I read. So I want you to take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. Trust your own intuition above all and rely on that, right? These readings may be for some and not for others, but I would also urge you to check your sun, moon, and rising to get a complete look at where your energies are right now. So, with that said, let's get into it. Ooh, I got a pack of cards here. Okay, so I'm only going to take what came up right, and then I'm going to put aside what we have. I take what's upright because I only want the energies that surround you or that are part of you to come through. I don't want to just pick random cards, even though sometimes you will find me picking random cards. The first three cards that came through here for you is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is about something moving slowly. It's a desire that you have had that is coming towards you, right? That's the Knight of Pentacles. It's about a desire that's coming through for you because it is Pentacles. It is a desire that is solid. So it's something that you maybe had set an intention for. And maybe you've been waiting a little while, right? And you have a choice to make here with the Two of Swords. You have a choice if you're going to continue to wait for what you've asked for or if you're going to move forward, right? And because it has been delayed, whatever is coming through for you has been delayed. That's the Temperance card. But it's up to you, right? Do you want to continue to trust that what really belongs to you, or are you going to choose to go a different route, right? But remember that when you send out an intention, when you send out a desire, that desire doesn't necessarily manifest in that moment. It takes a certain unfolding and a preparation for it to come through. So, if you're wanting something very deeply in your inner knowing, understand that it is coming through for you. It's just taking a little bit of time. What needs to be cleared out in order for you to step into it versus try to chase it. So, what I'm trying to say here is don't chase it, allow it to come into its own transmutation, right? Let that energy transmute in real time in your world. What we have here is the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is a lot of thinking, moving away from choppy waters into calmer waters. And this is you really allowing yourself the space that you need to be able continue to hold the line, right? It seems like there's some pressures out there for you because if I read this as a Celtic cross, what's at the heart of the matter is something that's coming in for you. But the challenge that's coming in is a choice that you have to make. It's staying steady with the intention that you had set because at the basis of the situation, it is going to be a little bit of a wait for what you've asked for. And, in the past position, if I had to say, you had moved away from choppy waters into calmer waters. When we have goals, when we set intentions for something that we truly do desire, it does take a little bit of time. And sometimes that time is good because it helps us understand how the universe operates and how we certainly can rely on things because not everything is going to happen on your timing. And it's better to wait because when we wait, it actually comes out better than if we had pushed for it for ourselves. The crowning the situation, we have and this is what you're thinking about, right? Conflict. I have no time. I have no money. I need this to come in right now. I need that night to come in right now with my pentacle, my gift, but it's a choice, right? Do you want to keep repeating that over and over and over again? And that's kind of how I see here that you're kind of beating yourself up. So I want you to kind of give yourself a little bit of a step back and reflect on how you're shifting and changing, right? And paying attention to the narrative that's playing out in your head that says to you, oh, no, that's never going to happen for you. When we feel things deeply, the universe manifests. Does it manifest when we want it? No. Does it manifest how we think it's going to happen? No. It manifests in its own perfect way. And so we have the Ten of Swords sitting here in the near future. And the Ten of Swords really shows me that right now you're in a position where you feel overwhelmed, right? You kind of even feel like this catastrophic moments coming through for you. So there's something that I want to share with you. As I'm reading this spread, I can already feel that there's some who are carrying really heavy patterns around time, money, and ease and freedom. And these are the exact areas that I help my clients shift in real life. Okay. So I want you to have the tools to really start the journey towards bringing you that inner peace, that freedom, that ease, that peace, ease, and flow that I talk about. I want you to take advantage of my freedom code. It is a free gift. Inside of it, it's simple but very powerful exercises to release blocks and open the door to more time, money, and ease, freedom in your life. It's really my way of giving you something practical to work with beyond the reading. The freedom code is going to begin to allow you to see how you put pressure on yourself, or maybe even allow others to put pressure on you to create something that it's not the perfect time for it. There's some growing still needing to be done. What you cannot see is that, you're going to get there. There is some reflection to be doing, right? If you're not doing some reflecting on how far you have already come, then that's kind of where you want to go. You want to start going in the direction of reflecting where you have been over the past 3, 6 months, a year, maybe even 10 years. I don't know how long you've been living the cycle that you're currently living, but there is a time for a break. This is a time to reflect on how you have done things right. Not everything that you've done is wrong. And if you can manage to do that, I would say use the freedom code. I'm actually going to do a live walkthrough of it on October. So you'll have the option of either, going through it now or going through it live on the 22nd of October. It's going to be Eastern time, 7 o'clock. I'll send you an email letting you know what time and where to be, right? The Zoom call. Because what's happening here is if you allow yourself to take a step back, if you allow yourself to create a different narrative of what you're experiencing right now, what you have is moving into abundance. That's the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles really simply states that you are in your own right. You're nurturing yourself. You're learning, right? Because she's sending out that bird, teaching it to come back to her. You're in a stage of learning. And one thing that I wanted to share as I see these cards come through, because there's quite a bit of mental energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 cards of mental energy out of 7. So the majority of the cards that I have laid on the table already are mental energy, which is no surprise. We're Libras. So I want you to understand, if you take the time to do some reflecting, if you do the freedom code, what you're going to find is you're going to be stepping into some peace and really putting the pressure on the universe to provide and to perform, then putting the pressure on yourself, right? And I'll share why. Because, the hope is that you won't go into bankruptcy. I don't know who's going through this, but that's the first thing that came to my mind. Not that anyone here is going into bankruptcy, but really, this is a card of need, right? And this to me is a card of not really showing anyone, right? Looking really good on the outside and not being able to make enough money to eat on the inside, right? You might be saying, well, Lily, I'm close to that, right? What I'm trying to say is that this is simply a reflection back at you, letting you know that under no uncertain terms is this the life that you should be living, this place of fear. You do have resources. You may think you don't have resources, but you do. And I say that because that's a church behind these two characters. And this, I look always as this as the inner child wounding, right? There's some old, beliefs that are coming through here from your childhood that are inhibiting you or preventing you from really moving forward and asking for the help that you need. There's nothing wrong with help. We all need help at one time or another. The outcome in this situation, is an ace of pentacles. There it is, right? That's the same pentacle that he's holding. He's holding the ace of pentacles in his hand, and that is your outcome. Listen, I can't really tell you how excited I am for you, Libra. I know that it has really been a tough road getting where you are right now, but understand that if today's reading did resonate, don't just stop here. Take action, download the Freedom Code, and start the experience. What you'll find in the description box below is a link where you can begin to start the process. And because I love my community, it's not a huge community, but I love my community. I'm always trying to give in ways that are different than anyone else out there. All I try to do is provide you the tools and the equipment that you need as you go through this journey. Please grab the Freedom Code now and let's start that journey together. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me and you'll have my email. I'll see you soon.